Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. Today I'm not in LA, in fact I'm not even in California. I am in Las Vegas. Just got into town right now and I'm about to have me some dinner, kicking it off with the first restaurant at a ramen spot. In fact, some people say that this is quite possibly the best ramen spot in Las Vegas, called Ramen Tatsu, which is in the Mountain View Plaza, kind of like around the Chinatown area, which has a lot of great food in Las Vegas. So this is one of, I think this is the only spot that I'm doing actually that's outside of the whole downtown Las Vegas that I'm going to be doing in this whole series. So Ramen Tatsu, great ramen, traditional, good old-fashioned, delicious ramen. Even people on Yelp and Google, they totally agree with it. So if you guys want to know what the best ramen in Las Vegas looks like, then of course you need to stick all the way to the end of this episode so that you can see some of this awesome ramen madness here in Las Vegas. And also, if you're new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button, because I release these food videos weekly that you don't want to miss out on. Some of the best on the internet. So go ahead, do that right now. Also hit that notification bell so that you can get these alerts when these episodes come out. All right, so now let's go in and let's check out what this ramen looks like. So I'm in the kitchen right now of this awesome ramen restaurant here in Las Vegas, and I'm next to Wayne right here. He is the owner of this fabulous ramen restaurant, and he's going to be just showing us some of the stuff that's going on here today.
Okay, so we have two different types of soup going on today. First is a tonkotsu broth, which is a pork based. We just actually started this yesterday. We normally cook this for about, I say 20 hours total for each batch. And it's 100% pork. And we cook it for high heat for a long period of time, so that's why it cooks all the way down to the lower level. And we have the clear broth, we call it chintan, which literally means clear soup, and it's predominantly chicken. It does have a pork bone and the beef bone as well.
Those are the noodles boiling. Yep. All right, and this is for the tonkotsu shoyu, that spicy miso. Okay. They don't just have ramen here, but they also have a lot of great appetizers here too. In here, you'll see them also making things like the fried rice, as well as the gyoza and the fried chicken. All of it is really awesome stuff, and I'm going to be sure to get some of that today. Here's one of the ramens I decided to get today. This is the tonkotsu shoyu, which is one of their most popular items here at this restaurant, Ramen Tatsu. It's like the tonkotsu pork broth with the shoyu soy sauce, along with the pork chashu itself, karaage, and green onions. Delicious. And here is the spicy one. This is the spicy miso ramen. So I definitely wanted to try the spicy one here as well, since I heard this one was also really popular here. So with the tonkotsu shoyu, of course, you always have to try the broth before you dig into the noodles. That's really the traditional way to eat ramen. And of course here, this is like the most traditional ramen that you can find in Las Vegas. Very traditional and very tasty too. Even their clientele here is like mostly Asian, you know that? Isn't that pretty cool? Ooh, it's like really nice, and so it's not overly creamy. It has like a nice soupiness to it. Not too salty either. And it's like, you taste the richness of the pork broth inside. It's a really good tonkotsu broth. Now it's time to try some of these ramens. Oh, look at that. The noodles. Oh, very good. You know, this really reminds me of like a lot of the really great ramen restaurants I've had in Los Angeles. Yeah, it's very similar to like, what would I say it's similar to? By the way, let me try the pork chashu first before I make that decision. By the way, pork chashu is really melt in your mouth. Oh, it's so good. It's kind of like, you know, daikokuya in Los Angeles. I think that's like what the food tastes like. Very similar to, along the lines of like that flavor of the broth, as well as the noodles, and even the softness of the chashu is really excellent. I'm gonna try the broth first, obviously, because that's the first thing to do, remember? Yeah, I would say this is probably like about medium spiciness. Because I know, oh yeah, there it is a little bit kind of on the spicy side. Okay, so I'll try some of the noodles now. Noodles I believe it's the same one that they use in the shoyu as well. Wow. Okay, so yeah, it's good. Nice chew to it. Cooked just about right, and of course it's a little spicy because it's in the soup. One of their house specialty appetizers. This is the fried rice. So it's like a pork chashu fried rice. And of course, if you get ramen, you also need to get gyoza. And I heard the gyoza here is super popular. You see that 6 pieces along with the dipping sauce? I'm ready to go. Another one of their popular appetizers. This is their karaage, which is a Japanese fried chicken nugget. This one has been deep fried twice, so it's crispy on top and then also super juicy inside, from what I heard. Comes with some nice salad on the side as well. But just as I predicted, very soft inside, has a lot of flavor. Oh, it has a nice chicken chew to it. Okay, which one should I go with next? Maybe I will do some of this gyoza right now and get a generous amount of sauce on it. Wow, fabulous. So gyoza, if you guys don't know, it's basically dumplings. So Chinese, you know, they have their fried dumplings, guotie, that's what they call it. And then Koreans, you know, they have their fried dumplings as well, which is mandu. And then Japanese, they have their gyoza. So if you come to a ramen restaurant, you always need to pair the gyoza with the ramen because it goes well together all the time. You can never have ramen without some gyoza. It's kind of like eating fish and chips or burgers and fries. It's the best way to compare it, I would say. Okay, so I got the noodles, but now let's try some of the rice. Wow, the rice is so good. You know, it tastes like it's a very comforting feeling. It has a little bit of it has like that pork flavor all around inside of it with the eggs and the shredded chashu along with the green onions. Good mix all around. So if you're a fried rice type of person, just know that ramen restaurants, they do have fried rice. Some of them make it better than others, I admit, but here with the pork chashu inside of it, it's so good because you taste the softness of that meat inside. You know, another thing I got to tell you as well is that the prices here are so reasonable. Like as of this video, for example, like the tonkotsu shoyu ramen, it's like $8.50. That is that's quite good actually, because there are other parts, like especially from where I'm from in LA, where it's pretty expensive actually. So if you come here, you're gonna get some really reasonable food that's gonna be very authentic, traditional, and extremely tasty as well. Some of my favorite foods here are, so in terms of the ramen, which are the two that I like better, I think I'm more of like a traditional non-spicy, so I really like the tonkotsu shoyu ramen. Like I love the broth, I love the noodles, the pork chashu is melt in your mouth. And in terms of the appetizer, do you know which appetizer you really need to go for? Is the fried rice, the pork chashu fried rice. It is really good here. It is like it really touches your soul when you eat it. It's like comfort food. So if you are into fried rice, then you should get the fried rice appetizer here. But whatever you get, whether the gyoza or the karaage, it's all popular here and it's all really good here too. So when you come here to Las Vegas and you're around like the Chinatown area, don't forget Ramen Tatsu. If you want traditional, authentic, reasonably priced ramen that many people call what might possibly be the best ramen shop in Las Vegas, or at least maybe in this side of town. All right guys, so before I close out this episode, I want to give a shout out once again to the owner, Wayne here. Awesome man. So when you come to this restaurant, which you are, if you want some awesome ramen here in Las Vegas, look out for Wayne. Tell him you saw the episode. He'll take really good care of you, right man?
Of course. Yeah, come by anytime and come say hi, and we'll be taking care of you guys.
All right, hear that? All right, guys, so anyways, I got to get packing and I got to go because I got to get to my hotel and prepare for another day of eating tomorrow in Las Vegas. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoy what I'm doing here on the show, give me a thumbs up. Also, comment on the section below if you've been here before. I'd love to hear your story as well, or maybe know of any other great places in Las Vegas to eat ramen. And also, don't forget, guys, subscribe so that you can get these videos weekly. So anyways, I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.